Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. We're just gonna ignore my crazy hair. I just put it back because it's being wild today. I've been running around non-stop pretty much since I woke up, since I dropped my kids off at daycare. It is about 11:20 in the morning right now and I've already gotten so much done. But I figured I would sit down and film a little haul for you guys. So last week on Friday, today's Monday, April 22nd, I believe. I filmed a video earlier and didn't know the date, and I still don't know the date, but I'm almost positive that it's April 22nd. So on Friday, my friend Cassy and I drove about an hour and a half away to a different county in our state, and we went thrifting for the entire day. Now, where we went was a bit of like a country town, so they had a lot of little hole-in-the-wall one-off thrift stores, and if you know, most of the time, these little hole-in-the-wall thrift stores, you can find some really good gems, and prices are usually really cheap, and that was the case for this whole trip. So I tallied up the total number of items that I got for reselling sake. I did get some personal items on the trip as well, but I got 26 items to resell and I only paid $69.50 for all of those items. So my average cost of goods per piece was only $2.67, which yes, is higher than my bins pricing, higher than my bins average cost of goods, but it is much lower than if I were to go to a normal thrift store like in my area. So I'm really happy with that cost of goods, and actually the one piece is going to pay for everything that I got on this thrift trip. So I'm curious, have you guys ever gone out of state, out of your county to go thrifting? Have you ever gone somewhere new to go thrifting? I really want to make this a more regular thing and try out different places and different thrift stores that I've never been to and just kind of explore. That's one thing I've really never done. You know, as a mother, especially now as a single mom, it's kind of hard to get out and travel, but I really want to make it a goal this summer to go explore new places and new thrift stores. So let's just jump right into the haul. We have a good mix of items. We have one hard good item. We have a couple purses, some shoes, some dresses, a jacket, shorts. I mean, we have a mix of everything. So I'm going to show you the one hard good piece that I got. It is this hand-painted Raggedy Andy doll. I thought this was so freaking adorable. It's like wood. And if you didn't know, people are obsessed, or some people are obsessed with Raggedy Ann and Andy. Now, like I said, this is just the Andy doll. They didn't have Ann there, but this alone should still be able to sell. And I'm going to be listing that right at like $22. Nothing too crazy. And I found two pairs of shoes on this trip. Now, this is the first pair. You can see there is a little bit of wear there and a little bit of wear on each side there. But otherwise, these New Balance sneakers are in really good condition. And these are called the 574 V2 sneakers. And the colorway on this is called Rain Cloud. I love the colorway on this. Now at this thrift store, the prices were a little bit higher, probably the highest out of all of them. And the sticker tag on this was $9. Now, Cassy and I did, quickly saw on the front door of this store, there was a sign that said like 50% off Friday. So I bought these with the intention and thinking that it was going to be 50% off. Same with the other items that I got at the thrift store. It was only like a handful of things. But when we got up to the register, Cassy asked the lady if it was like 50% off. And she's like, oh no, that doesn't start till 4. And we weren't there. We were there long before 4. So ended up paying full price for these. These were marked at, like I said, like $9. But since I took my average cost of goods, they only cost me $2.67. But even at that $9 mark, I knew I wanted to pick these up. I did do a quick comp in the store. Most of the stores that we went to this day, I didn't have service on my phone. This store we did. So these are going pre-owned for right around $35 to $50. Brand new, you could sell these for upwards of like $100. Now the soles are in great shape. Like I said, just a little bit of wear like at the toes there and on the sides. But I'm going to be listing mine at $45. We will see how that goes. I'm really picky with New Balance shoes, and I haven't picked them up in a while, but these seem to be a really popular style. This next pair, I don't actually ever find this brand. It's so funny, like the brands that I was finding at these thrift stores are brands that I never usually find. So this is Corks by Cork Ease pair of sandals. I do remember they only had these marked at $3 at this thrift store. So I was like, yes, please. That's my kind of pricing. So these are some wedge sandals. These have a little bit of wear, like right here. There's some wear, and there's a little bit of wear, like right there. but in overall really good condition. These are a women's size 8, and this style of sandals, I think they're called the Ava sandals, if I remember, maybe not, but it's like a girl's name as the sandal name. These are selling for like, I mean, all over the place, like 35, 30, 40, 45, 50. So I'm gonna be listing mine right around $42. And then I found a bunch of purses and bags this day, which I don't typically find a lot of, but for some reason this day I found 4, which is a lot for me. So this first bag is actually a backpack, vintage Y2K. You guys, look at this. Tweety bird. Oh my goodness. And it looks like Tweety is like a hippie with the sandals, the paisley bandana, and then there's paisley print trim there, backpack style. Like I said, this was the first piece I found to resell at the first thrift store, and actually in one of the back rooms, or in like the back room, they had a bag full of purses, which Cassy found that box full of purses before I did. Thanks, girl. I may have never found this, but we were just looking through, digging. I mean, it was pretty big, you know, stuff was piled on top of each other. And I'm so glad I did not stop digging, because this was on the bottom. And when it was on the bottom, it was opened. I couldn't even see the Tweety bird yet. It was open like this, and I just saw that trim. And I was like, okay, either way, like that looks total Y2K to me. I'm really intrigued. And then when I flipped this down, I saw the Tweety bird, and I'm like, oh my goodness, they had this marked at only $5. So yeah, I'm really excited about this. Perfect little bag. This I'll be listing around $35. This piece I maybe paid too much for, but again, since I take my average cost of goods, $2.67 is not bad. This is a little Dooney and Burke bag, and it has this little key charm on it, or not key charm, little bag charm. It's a little wristlet, and this is an older style. It's a Madras plaid, and if you look there, there's ants on it, which I did not see at first, but I just thought this was so stinking adorable. I'm not going to get a ton of money for this, but I did not see a lot of these wristlet styles sold or listed. Purses of this style and this pattern can do decently well, you know, $40, $50 depending on how big it is. Because this is just a small wristlet, I think I'm going to list mine around $28. We will see how that goes. I'm sure I'll receive an offer or send one. This bag, now I'm really picky with this brand, and I don't even know how to pronounce this brand. I've sold it a couple times, but Etienne Aguinar, do not judge. I cannot. But I love this little woven, little boho bag. Perfect, I feel like, for this time of year. Super beachy, woven with like straw with the leather trim. That'll be listing around $25. And then I found another denim bag. This is a little shoulder bag, patchwork. Somebody commented on one of my videos. I don't even remember who it was, but they said denim is coming back in style. And I also saw that somewhere else. Like, denim is going to be trending this season, spring and summer. So when I saw this, I knew I had to pick it up. The brand is just Donna Sharp. I didn't pick it up based off of the brand, but I love the patchwork. And then in some of the squares, there's like a subtle paisley print. And then also some of the squares have like a subtle metallic to them, if you could see. I just love this. Perfect, on trend, little Y2K. I can put my title because of the all denim. This I'll be listing again around $25. Now this piece is the piece that is going to pay for everything else that I bought in this entire haul. And I actually almost went by this. I did, and I'm like, you know what, let me look that up. They had it only marked at $5, which was shocking for this thrift store. And luckily I had like 1 bar of service in this thrift store, so I was able to look it up. But it's a vintage jacket. The brand is Whippet by Ken Sporn. This is a vinyl rain jacket. Total 80s, total 90s. It is fleece lined. Also has like these shoulder strap, not really strap, but kind of detailing. And yeah, when I looked this up, I was actually pleasantly surprised. Now the one armpit, I think it's this one, some of the threading has come undone right along the seam, and there is a little hole, but somebody could easily stitch that back up. I mean, you can see some of the threading just popped off of there. I mean, even if they didn't want to fix it, they'd be fine wearing it. So vinyl rain jackets by this brand, again, kind of all over the place, but at a minimum are selling for like $50, $60, $70, $45. I was pleasantly surprised. So I'm going to be listing this around $55 or $60, kind of in that middle range. I can't remember which on the top of my head. This piece is a vintage pair of little marble swim trunks. People love vintage marble pieces for some reason. It has this buckle in the front. The elastic isn't in perfect condition. It does have some stretch, but not as much as it once did. And it does have pockets, one in the back, two on the sides. That'll be listing around $23. This was actually a piece that I had to kind of just pick up. And this was at the thrift store that we thought was half off. The prices were a little bit higher. Dresses were only like $6, so that's not bad. But I just thought this tag looked really interesting, and I'm really glad I decided to pick it up. So this is the brand Preen by Thornton Brigazzi. I don't know if you ever heard of that brand. The only thing is I could not find a material tag in this dress, and this was kind of hard to photograph, unfortunately. But when I looked up this brand dresses, they are selling really well. I think this is a designer that is not in our country, because a lot of pieces were also selling to like the UK and other countries. So this is what this piece looks like. Totally like so interesting with the geometric, the floral. It has a belt there, which made it kind of hard to photograph, but definitely a moment that I wish I had a mannequin. But I just love this piece. And I don't know if I said, but you know, pieces by this brand are selling for $40, $50, $60, $70, $80, $100. So I'm going to be listing that, I believe, around $70, $65. I put all this stuff in my spreadsheet last night, so I cannot remember off the top of my head. But definitely a higher dollar piece, higher dollar brand. I was really excited to find it. This piece, again, I had to pick up. Well, I didn't have to, but I decided to pick up without looking it up. I'm really picky with this brand, but because it's plus size, I decided to give it a go. This is Draper James RSVP size 2XL, little puff sleeve, fit and flare dress, has the pleats in the front, pockets, red, white, and blue stripes, which I thought was so like patriotic, perfect for this time of year. I feel like the plus size is really going to help this, and that'll be listing around $35. This piece, again, this thrift store didn't have service, but I could tell by the tag and by the material content that it was going to be a good piece. So this is by the brand Outer Known, which I don't think I've ever heard of. Size 32, and this is 100% organic cotton. Little pair of wide leg pants. Have the big pockets in the front, kind of this denim material. And this I'll be listing around $35. This piece, actually, the brand tag was cut out. But look at this little popover beach cover up. And pro tip for you guys, if there is a brand tag cut out, sometimes on the material tag, there will be a brand name. So I looked at the material tag, and sure enough, it says Chico's on there. Now, unfortunately, there's no size on there, but I went based off of measurements. Also, I tried it on myself, which helped. So this is definitely like a size large or a Chico size 2. And pieces like this are selling for between $25 and $30. I'm going to be listing that around $28. This piece, again, didn't look up, didn't have service, but is 100% silk. Hannah Sung, size 14, definitely vintage piece, little classic red popover blouse, not even popover, kind of popover. Keyhole in the back, 100% silk, perfect little classic piece for somebody. I'll be listing that around $25. This piece, I recently talked about this piece and how their dresses do really well. I don't think I've ever sold a shirt alone by this brand, but I saw this piece and I wanted to give it a try. So this is Kathy Lee. This is a women's size large, but look at this leopard print, super stretchy, almost mesh material, short sleeve top. So it's not that sheer, it's just like semi-sheer, definitely a little bit sheer, but I loved this piece. Reminding me of Cheetah Girls, you know, the movie Cheetah Girls. Yeah, I don't know, that'll be listing around $25. This piece, maybe should have left behind. I wasn't able to do a comp until I got home. Nicola is the brand. I thought that tag looked really nice. Size medium. This is a sheer blouse. I loved the pattern on this. And then I also loved the little ruffle sleeves at the end. So this I'll be listing, I believe, around $23. This piece is a vintage t-shirt, but look at this like garden print. Butterflies, flowers, little watering can. So freaking cute. That'll be listing around $22. This is a vintage Disney piece, little chambray stretchy shorts, embroidered Mickey there, and it's on the Mickey Unlimited tag. Gosh, I wonder if you guys could hear that. My stomach just growled so loud. I'm so hungry. I'm going to eat lunch after this. And then I actually plan on going to the lake for a little bit. We have 2 lakes, probably about 20-25 minutes away from me, with some trails and stuff like that. And it's semi-nice today. The sun is out. It's not as cold today. I mean, we had a cold front come through over the weekend, unfortunately, but it's warming up a little bit. I really want to get outside, and I think I'm just going to go walk around for a little bit by the water. I love the water, the beach, the lake, anything. I just love being around the water. So I think after this haul, I'm going to eat some lunch and go to the lake for a little bit. So anyways, these little Disney shorts, I'll be listing, I believe, around $23 as well. This next item is a vintage Y2K Calvin Klein pair of jeans. I love the black leather patch on the back. This is what the tag looks like. And they are a size 13. That is a junior size. So I will definitely put the waist size in the title as well. So I'll put size 13 / whatever inch waist it is. But they also are a button fly, hidden button fly, which definitely helps it. Baggier, straight leg style. This I'll be listing around $28. This maybe should have left behind. I couldn't look this up in the store, but I picked it up because it is 100% silk. Didn't really care about the brand so much, but the brand is Focus 2000, size 14, which is a great size, and it is new with tags. Pair of little white trousers. Perfect little classic piece for somebody, and 100% silk pants always sell for me. I mean, they might not sell the quickest, but I feel like summertime is like the best time for these kind of pants. So I'll be listing that around $25. These were a style / material based pickup. This brand, I don't think I've ever sold before. It's called Sona. These are a linen blend pair of pull on tapered pants, little paper bag waist, belted. I loved all of the stuff that was going for this. High waisted, so adorable. Those I'll be listing around $25. This piece is by the brand Allure. This has flax in it, which is a really good material. Little lightweight button-up jacket, patchwork, super boho, artsy. Actually, just earlier today, I filmed a ship with me, which was my last video. If you didn't see that, check it out. I shipped out a jacket that was almost identical to this. So, not identical, but different brand, same style. So when I saw this, I knew that I had to pick it up. That'll be listing around $35. Now this piece, you guys, is so funny because I've never found this brand before, but I found it in a little hole in the wall thrift store. This is Show Me Your Moo, which this brand has definitely gone downhill. It doesn't resell for as much as it once did, but I still wanted to pick this up. And at this thrift store, dresses were 50 cents. 50 cents. What? That is like better than yard sale prices. Are you kidding me? So I knew I had to pick this up. This is just like a little basic black floor length dress. Has a lower back, and it does have a little bit of elastic right there on the back, which kind of makes it weird, but I thought that was really nice that it does have some stretch to it. And, you know, perfect season for this dress as well. Somebody could wear it as a bridesmaid's dress, even a prom dress if they want something, you know, basic. So that I'll be listing around $35. I think $39. Definitely lower than you used to be able to get it for it, but that's right in that middle price range where comps are showing. This piece probably should have left behind. This is an older OP, Ocean Pacific, pair of camo swim trunks. It has embroidery. Where is that? Has the logo embroidered right there. It is lined, mesh lined, cargo style. Those I'll be listing around $23. I'm not going to be able to get too much for those. This piece, again, a vintage piece. Found a lot of vintage pieces this day, as I usually do. But Express, world brand, kind of Y2K era, little midi skirt. Well, kind of like knee length, but has these roses all over it. And I don't know if you guys can see kind of that metallic sheen. I didn't realize until photographing it, but that is happening because the inside lining is silver. look at that. Oh my gosh. I freaking love that. Super stretchy. I feel like I could put the words like grunge in here just because of the black and the red. Boho, cottage. I mean, maybe not boho, cottage, you know. A lot of different keywords can be used with that. And I'll be listing that around $25. And then this is our last piece, another skirt, another vintage skirt by the brand Requirement, size large. When I was photographing this, I was like, do I want to keep that for myself? Like, I really, really like that skirt. But I think I'm going to list it. So this is what it looks like. Oh, look at this, you guys. Patchwork. Oh my gosh. I still kind of want to keep it. So cute. Has plaid, has gingham, has chambray, midi length. You guys know, if you've watched any of my recent videos, I've really been enjoying selling the midi skirts. So this I'm going to be listing around $32, I believe. Again, I really, hard not to keep that one, really hard. But yeah, you guys, that's everything that I found on my little thrifting day trip. I'm really excited about all of these pieces. I mean, like I said, some of these brands I can't even find in my area. So really exciting. So like I said at the beginning, I paid $69.50 for these pieces, and I will be able to turn it into upwards of $800. Now that's on the high end of my comps. You know, I'm always sending offers and stuff like that, but I should be able to turn that $69 into $700 to $800, which is mind blowing. Not to mention, I had such a fun time. Like, it was just so much fun to go on a little day trip. So yeah, you guys, thanks so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely plan on doing, you know, more trips in the future, like I said. But I'm actually going to the bins tomorrow, so stay tuned for some more hauls. I didn't go last week at all because I was going on that little thrift trip. So it's been over a week since I've been there, so I'm ready to get back. I'm really excited. Thanks so much for stopping by, guys, and I hope to see you in my next video.